Not yet.
Just continue your notes, and that's going to be your second part. For I do now. Do now for the day. Says, you're going to think of a trip you have made to a poor area of the country or a poor region of the world. Describe how your experience in the place as a tourist was fundamentally different from the everyday lives of the people who live in the place. Let me say that again. Think of a trip that you made to a poor area. If you have not been out the country, think about a trip that you made to a poor area of the United States. If you've never been out of the state, that's okay. Think about a trip that you made to a poor area of the state. Like if you went to New Orleans, maybe the Lower Ninth Ward. You got some people that stay in New Orleans and some of the places down there, okay? Or any other place. I'm not just picking on New Orleans, any other place, okay? But if you haven't been to a poor place, just talk about another place, okay? That you've been. And what we're going to do is, you're going to describe your experience in that place as a tourist. Because you know, if you're not from there, when you go there, you're a what? You're a tourist, okay? Or a visitor, or a tourist, all right? So, how was your experience as a tourist fundamentally different from the everyday lives of the people who live there? I want you to think about that. We'll give you 5 minutes to go ahead and knock that out. Okay, take your book sets off your top, hang one back in your chair.
That's the question, right?
That's the question we're answering for the notes today. But the do now is, think about a time when you went to another city, and how did you, as a tourist, differ from the people that were actually there? What did you notice about the people that actually lived there with you being a tourist? Alright. Cool. So, at this time, take a couple people who would like to share their experience as a tourist in another city. Alright, go ahead.
Alright, man, I was in Atlanta and we was seeing my cousin, and it's like, well, I didn't say, oh, this is a nice neighborhood. I've been trying to neighborhood going on. He said, oh, this the ghetto. I said, oh, look like they had nice houses. Like, it looked like a white neighborhood, basically.
Okay, so it looked like a white neighborhood, and when you say white neighborhood, you mean
Like, it was
Kept up.
more
Yeah.
money, kept up,
It was
things like that?
cool.
Right. Alright,
barely
now,
hear anybody.
go ahead with something.
Like, you barely heard anybody.
Wow, okay, so it's very quiet. Wouldn't even know, but he says it goes down in the neighborhood, like, it goes down like it's crime and you're in the hood, okay? And now, before we even tackle the development side of it, notice how our paradigm is shaped. And you didn't even think about it. You said good kept up neighborhood, you said it looked like it was what kind of neighborhood? White neighborhood, okay? There's nothing wrong with that, but you just need to be
He's trying to
conscious
say
of
that
that,
people
so that you can
do
start
that.
to change that stereotype. Y'all see it? Y'all saw it? What just happened? Okay, so that's okay, and look, I do it. I still do it too. So it's something we just have to work on, okay? All right, very good, good job, son. Now, as far as the development piece, as far as development, how is the development from that hood compared to our hoods?
Like, our hood is like mess, like it's dirty, you can always, it's like, it's a whole different look over there. Like, our hoods, you can see people walking out, our big houses look like trap houses.
Okay? All right, so which one is more developed, Atlanta or Baton Rouge?
Down there.
Atlanta, okay? From the world's perspective. Very good. Go ahead, Tyler. What's like that?
I had a question too.
Okay, what's the
But
question?
it's like on an old subject though. But like, you know how you said, like, you thought it was like a white neighborhood?
Mhm.
Like, ain't that like institutional racism?
It definitely is institutional racism. It definitely is. And institutional racism is so deeply ingrained that you don't even realize that it is there until it happens. Like for instance, I don't know if y'all remember, but the GDP video we saw the other day, and I don't know if I showed y'all that it had two sides. The green showed the
Yeah.
United States, the green, the black side was bad. It's just little things like that, little things, okay? That you see it, you don't even think twice about it, but it's like your mind memory says, okay, give me that card, shove it in there, and it's just in there. So you have to start to break those walls down, okay? So that's what we're talking about. Good job, guys. Anybody have anything else on to do now? We need at least one more, somebody else to share.
Oh, I said what I said.
Oh, go ahead.
I said, this when I had went to the Bahamas, and like, I saw, like when I first got there, I saw a lot of like vegetation and like animals and stuff, so I thought it was like real, rich. But like, once I left from like all the water parks and stuff, we had went around, like, we had gotten in a neighborhood, and it was like, real poor, like no money or like no effort was put into it. Like people cars like was missing windows and stuff. The house they had the air conditioner sitting outside. Like
Sit
like,
all the way
it remind me
outside,
of-
not even in the window. Not like a window, you're sitting outside.
Yeah, like it reminded me of that.
That's funny. That's funny.
They were outside dancing and stuff.
So why do you think it's like that?
Like I'm like cause like it's no other, there's no jobs around the neighborhood or nothing, so I don't know.
Okay, and your book talks about this too in depth in another chapter. It goes in, because basically it's almost like they put it on the front. It's almost like you come here for the tourism or whatnot, and then we have the rest of the residents that stay there that don't have anything or whatnot. So which one is more developed though, do you think? Do you think here, or do you think, you know?
Like in some parts there it's more developed, but like the other neighborhood there was like here. So they're like the same.
All right. So in a sense now, we talked about development moving both ways, right? Then we talked about development either being positive or negative. The development in the Bahamas, which is a beautiful place from all the pictures everybody sees, but you saw both sides, okay? Was the development positive or negative development in your eyesight?
Maybe.
Negative, how so?
Because like in like the neighborhood, like, no one was even, like, trying to do something, like, to make it look good in the neighborhood. Like, they were just letting it look raggedy. Yeah, like, no grass was cut. Like, they wasn't doing nothing to at least try to make it look good.
And watch this. They say in a lot of countries like that, especially those islands and things like that, especially like the Dominican Republic, things like that, they have like the outskirts that look all pretty, and then inside is like nothing. And what they do is they take water sometimes from the people and put it into the water parks, into the amusement parks and all that stuff, to where the people don't even have water. Their water gets cut off for that, to bring money in, and sometimes they never even see any of the money, okay? Just like in Baton Rouge, they put millions of dollars in the downtown Baton Rouge. Man, in 2009, when we started a little company called Thurs TV, okay? So we used to go around interviewing rappers, rap artists and singers, okay? I met a lot of people doing that. I met a lot of famous people doing that. They used to come have shows, whenever they come do a show, used to go backstage, used to interview them, okay? And downtown was nothing. In 2008, that's 2009. What's this year? Oh my goodness, this is 2015. That's what, 7 years ago. 7 years ago, it was nothing down here, y'all. When I say nothing, it was
All
nothing.
they had was the Capitol and the museum.
They had the Capitol, they had the museum, but I'm talking about as far as like nightlife, as far as like people like coming down here, like 3rd Street. You come on 3rd Street now, you should never come on 3rd Street, but if you happen to pass through 3rd Street, you're riding or something like that with your parents, something like that. It looks like downtown New Orleans on Saturday night. It's people walking around. It looks like a big city. 2008, it was not like that. And so they realized that, and they put millions of dollars. Do you think any of the outside line areas saw any of that money?
No.
No. So it's like the same thing, okay? So in some ways, development can be positive, and in some ways, it can definitely be negative. All right? So thank you everybody for sharing. We're not going to do our... Huh? You have one? Go ahead.
Oh, we was, I'm trying to see where we was going. I think we was going to Texas. And the girl had, and the girl, she was like real country. She was country, and she had messed up our order.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had, so my mama went back up there and told her that she had messed up our order. And so then, she was like, okay, all right, yes ma'am, I'm fix your order, okay. So then when we walked away, she said, well, them people some country. And my mama looked at me, she was like, the country one, you country. And so then my mama walked off. But what I'm trying to say, like, over there, we country.
But they ain't the country.
We think and over there, we think, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So they have a different, what's the, per what? They have a different perspective. They have a different perspective. And perspective is all relative. Okay, so they thought he was country, undeveloped, underdeveloped. They thought he looked like the guy from Papua New Guinea that we saw the other day. All right, and then he's looking at them the same way. Okay, so it's all relative. All right, thank you, man. That's a good job. All right, so today we're talking about the barriers of development. Okay, so for your question for your homework, y'all had this. Y'all were supposed to do 342 and supposed to write down that question. So. So the question, all right, the question, it says, is the idea of economic development inherently Western? My son, I inherit this phone to you. My son, you will inherit this phone. You will have the power. What just happened?
You gave him your phone.
Gave him a phone. What did I say? My what?
Son.
My son, so he has to be in my what? Family. Very good. Okay, so when you inherit something, okay, you get it from your family, from your ancestors. So the word, you got to decode the word. Okay, the idea of economic development is inherently Western. What do we mean by Western?
Left side.
Okay, all right, left side. Okay, so watch this. If the West, North America and Europe, who is the West? North America and who?
Europe.
Europe. Okay, so let's go ahead and label Europe. Okay, first of all. Right here, we're gonna go right here, United Kingdom. They talk that stuff about Greenwich, okay? Saying Greenwich is where the prime meridian switch, which is actually by exact location or absolute location, right? But basically that's London, okay? That's like Baker, Baton Rouge, okay? So the prime meridian goes through London. That's why London is like the #1 city in the world. So you got like London right here, So on this side, which hemisphere is this, class?
West.
East, good. Which hemisphere is this?
West.
West, very good. Alright, so they said the West is Europe and America. But which part of Europe we talked about is more developed, East or West?
East.
East, right? Okay, very good. So we got North America right here. That's West. And we got Europe. Now before I circle Europe, I want to just click it. You see how it has to zoom in? No, use your mouse and just click on Europe. There you go right there. Okay, bam. Look, it lined up perfectly. Okay, so all this is Europe. They cut this right here. These are the in crowd. You know how you got your famous people or your popular people at school? These are the popular people at school. These people over here, unpopular. They don't like it. They talk different, look different, all kind of stuff. Okay? So it cuts right there. So this is the West that they're talking about. You can go back out now. Just click. All right. So this is the West, and this is the West. Got that? Now it says, last part of the question. If the West were not encouraging the developing world to develop, how would people in the regions of the developing world think about their own economies? If the West were not encouraging the developing world to develop, if the West were not encouraging the developing world, what are some developing countries that we talked about in the last class?
Europe.
Developing.
Developing, and underdeveloped.
And undeveloped. Good is your 3 tiers. So which are the middle tier? Which are the ones that are developing? We'll take all of them.
Like the third world country.
Some of them. So let's go second tier. What are some of the developing countries?
Mexico.
Oh, well, Australia's in the West. Australia's in the West. Australia's in the West.
East.
Australia's in the West. Australia's just like them. Matter of fact, the British flag is in the Australian flag. It is like in the Australian flag. Okay? So they're in the West. Okay? What's the number? Let's see. Right here. Developing.
If you think about it, we still developing.
We kind of
In a
are.
way.
We kind of are. Hold that thought. Hold that thought though. You're right. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Developing. Developing. Okay? Who else is developing? India. Developing.
South Africa developing.
South Africa, pretty much all of Africa is developing. Okay? From their point of view. So watch this. They're saying if the West were not encouraging development, if the West was not encouraging development, I want y'all to think about it. Johannesburg. Don't Johannesburg look like New Orleans?
Yeah.
Doesn't Hawaii look like New Orleans? Anybody thought about why?
It's developed.
It is developed. But why? Who developed it?
The people that came from England.
Huh? People that came from where? From England, from France. Okay? Think about it. You are, I remember, I never forget it. Y'all was watching the Johannesburg video, and the girl had bent the corner in that bin. Y'all remember that Benz that girl was riding? Y'all remember that Benz?
Yeah.
Remember it? She was riding that Benz, she whipped that corner. And when she whipped the corner, she came around, and I was like, ooh, that looks like New Orleans. Well, that's French architecture. Hold up, it's French. Why is a French building in Africa? Why is a French building in Africa?
Because the French people came from.
French people came.
And French people came to Louisiana.
Oh, there we go. We started connecting the dots. Okay? So, what they're saying is the West, they go to all these countries and they encourage development. So, my question is, if the West were not encouraging development, how would these people feel about their economy? How would they feel about their culture?
They're trying to use their they'll probably want the French since the French is so successful.
Think about it, y'all. Come on, open your mind up. You're getting there. If
Like
these
they wouldn't
countries,
have no confidence.
they don't have any confidence, right? Why don't they have any confidence?
Because the French is winning. They don't know how they want to win too.
The French is winning. They want to win too. So if the French is telling you, you're a loser, you need to be like us, man. We kicking your butt. What you gonna do?
Be like them.
You gonna try to be like them? You gonna say, oh, they on top. I want to be like them. So that's why South America is Latin. Why is South America Latin? Why are they naming themselves after Latin? Why?
Because they were so weak.
They came over, okay? They want to be like them. But what if, the question is, what if they said, you know what? I don't want to be like you. You can't encourage me. I don't need your encouragement.
You feel like you're developing.
Hmm?
You just feel like you.
So you're saying you still feel like, you're saying that you still feel like you're developing?
No.
No, oh no, I feel like I am developing. I don't know.
No, because you
Yes.
no, like you can't be developed no more because you developed off you develop from what they doing. So like if you don't want to be like them no more, then you gonna have to start over and you gonna be developed. Well, really you gonna be undeveloped because you ain't gonna have you gotta start all the way over. If you learning from them, if they giving you confidence and stuff and you don't want to be like them no more, then you gonna have to basically start over.
I see what you're saying. You're saying if you've learned everything from them and then you say, I don't want to be influenced by you, you can't encourage me anymore, then you have to start over. That's a new perspective. I didn't think about it like that. Because you're going to have to start your own thing.
You got to start over.
I
Okay.
like how you could be in
All right.
like.
So he's saying they're going to be, you will be undeveloped, okay? All right? Okay, I'll take that. That's a good perspective. I like that perspective, okay? Good job, Tom. All right, but your book is saying, okay, as well as my perspective as well, we all have different perspectives, that these places will not be developing anymore. They will be already developed. And they will be developed because they're not on the scale anymore. It's like everywhere is relative. For instance, did ancient Africa look like London?
No.
No. But was ancient Africa, especially the Egyptians, were they developed? They were. Were the Mayans? Mayans in civilization, they look like hardly no other civilization. They mirrored a few others in Africa, but they had their own thing. The Incas had their own thing. Were they less developed than the people in Europe? No, they weren't. Okay? They were not. But what did the Europeans tell them when they got there? That you're less developed. You're less developed than us. You need us. You need our religion. Y'all heathens. Tear this stuff down, man. Come with us. We have the gold. We have everything. We also have the gun. Do what we say do. Oh yes, yes. Oh yes. Oh, they're gods. Oh, they're gods. And that's how it started, y'all. For the last 500 years. Okay? That's 500 years, and it's in your text as well. That's 500 years. Europe has been running this thing, and I told y'all that they have been running it. Told y'all that now it's about the teams, right? Told y'all that about the teams, right? And the dynasties, Miami Heat. Okay, they won it. 4 years, you could not touch them. My Lakers, with Shaq, I'm old. All right, they couldn't beat them. Okay, you could not beat them. Patriots, you can't beat them. Okay, they had their run, but does a team win forever? It can't. It goes against the laws of physics. So eventually, this is gonna crumble too, as we talked about. Okay. So, right now, they're doing it. All right, very good, guys. At this time, we're going to have our group activity. I need everyone to count to...
Three.
Not 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, everybody's going to be their own team.
Wait, what?
Everybody's going to be their own team.
Alright.
Put like this. Everybody's going to be responsible because there's not enough people to have one team.
You just have 3 groups of 3.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
3 groups of 3.
We're going to do it like this. It's going to be better. It's going to be better. All right, good. So, United Nations, European Union, that's 2 sides. I don't want to be goes back.
Yeah, make that.
Whatever one we got, that's the one you're gonna be doing. That one. Pause. Huh? Health Organization. All right, so how you're gonna do this is on your own, I'm gonna give you 8 minutes. At the end of your 8 minutes, or during that time period, you're going to fill out, use your sheet, and your sheet only, to fill out your information. As you can see, this one is for the World Bank. Here's your information, it's all in this passage, and then you need to use that to answer these questions. Once you finish that, everyone will have a sheet, and I'm going to give these sheets to you. Only do yours. So for instance, I'm going to turn right here, I'm only going to do the World Bank. Okay? And you have to fill out yours, because each of us are going to have a turn to come up here after our 8 minutes is up, and y'all are going to teach the class about this, because this stuff is on your test. These are the non-governmental organizations called NGOs, okay? So no government runs them, but the governments get together and click up, all right, and say, yo, we're going to start this click, and we're going to try to stop or break down the barriers of what, guys? The barriers of, what's your question for the day? The barriers for economic development. Very good. So these particular organizations are trying to stop those barriers. They're trying to help people to become more developed, okay? So at this time, go ahead and do that. Are there any questions? All right, y'all, 8 minutes, you can as you get. Depend on their conquest. This is what we were just talking about. It's in your book. The rich countries have more GDP, and so they control who? The poor countries. Even though they are what, guys? Independent. This is a key thing to realize, okay? Just like in Africa, y'all, those countries won their independence in 1960, but they are not truly independent because of neo-colonialism. That's what your book is telling you, okay? We just talked about the World Bank. The World Bank, whoever did it, it was started in 1944, 15 years before all of the African countries got their independence. Remember, African countries, those countries are like an illusion. They didn't used to be there. Europe carved up all those countries. And when they left, right before they left, they said, like Tyler said, Tyler, what did you say, what would happen when they just leave? If they would just say, I'm not following you no more, I'll leave.
They wouldn't be developed.
It wouldn't be developed. And why would they be developed?
Because they developed from the other country.
The other country. So would they have any money? No, because the other country would take their money away. And that's what happened. When they, like the have and have-nots, like to show they in a big mansion, they just chilling, okay? They will always afford it. This the dad. That's the father right there. This the son, okay? So father gives son money. Father gives son money. Father gives son money. But then what happens is, now the son, he like to go out and party. He like to have a good time. So now the son has his friends. The United States has his friends. Okay? So the United States then goes to all the other countries. He then calls India over because, you know, the United States, he's in school. So the United States, he called India over because he's smart. He said, yo, come on over to the crib, man. Like, yeah, man, I'm coming. Hey, man, I'll pay you, bro. I really need to pass this test. Because people in India are what? Smart. Oh, I really need to pass this test. All right, okay, I come over. I can come to your house. I can come to your house. I can play your games. Man, come on. So then they come over and they have a good old time. And then on the way out the door, he said, you're in the United States, say, hey, I'm gonna pay you some money. Thank you, man, because I'm able to pass my test now. So it just used India for what it needed. And that's why India, you never hear about no revolutions. India, they just sit in the because they get it good. Then you got people on the outcasts. Because India's kind of in the middle, but then you got the people who really are the outcasts. First of all, you got China. Now, China got money, but I don't know about like China. I like China, okay? China like that kid. China's like that kid that you never liked, but then all of a sudden he just got rich, but you still don't like him because you still view him a certain way. So you're like, I don't really like him. Plus, they got a whole bunch of people in their family.
China be
I see all the kids run around the
everybody
house.
look Chinese.
Got all the kids. We don't want to deal with
I
it.
look the same.
But then, you have Africa, and now this is where it gets deep. You have Africa and you have South America. These are the pretty ladies. These are the pretty girls that the son calls over to house parties when he calls all his friends over. Just to use them. Hey girl, hey, you know we got to party, you know you gotta come through. You gotta come through. I don't know, you know you gotta come through. Look, I got you, I'm gonna pay you. Don't worry about it, I'm gonna pay you. You gonna do whatever I say do.
Oh.
You're laughing and it's real. That's why they say Africa always gets raped. People rape Africa.
So it's like prostitution.
Like prostitution. So these are the friends that you just call over just because you need something from them. You want to use their materials. You want them to do labor for you, but you don't really care about them. So that's how the world game is played. If you can put all the worlds in one room and have a school, that's how it would probably be. So which countries are in the in crowd?
The United States.
United States and Europe. Which countries are kind of
India.
in the middle? That and Mexico. Okay? And then you have the countries on the outside looking in. What is one way? Question, go ahead.
So China, can you borrow stuff from?
We do borrow a lot of time.
We don't talk to,
Right. We don't talk to them that much. Why do you think we don't talk to them that much though? Or we don't want them doing too much?
Wait, don't Great Britain and China have a beef or something like that?
I'm about to say, if you look at your shoes, say,
Russia.
They do.
oh, yeah, I know.
Like Russia too. Well, hold on, let's stay on China. China has a lot of what, guys?
What?
Oh,
She
A lot of what?
people, man.
People, man. People.
They got vectors for
Got a lot of people.
That's
So
what
when we
I
let
got
China, they have money, but if we let China really like come into the in crowd,
They'll take over.
take over.
They'll take
Cause
over.
not only do they have money,
And they really gonna take over.
they're afraid of China. Everyone's afraid of China. China's like, I'm telling you, China's like, that one that just sit back, y'all ain't used to like me, okay.
Oh,
Mexicans everywhere.
Now raise your hand. Raise your hand. Yes.
So China like that one quiet kid that got all that money that you don't really talk to like that unless you like really need something from. Oh.
Or you need to get something for the low, so you keep them at a distance.
But why they know we don't like each other, why ain't there no problem?
It's all a game, man. And that's why I told my class yesterday, see politics, it's two types, it's two things, y'all. You got politics and you have the physical world. Remember, it's two types of geography, y'all remember that, huh?
Yeah.
It's in your book. You got physical and you got political, okay? Physical geography, it makes all the sense. This is like gravity is the law is gravity. You got your mountain, I can see that's a mountain, it makes sense. I got to walk up the mountain, it makes sense. See this? This don't make no sense like that.
No
It
sense.
makes no sense.
No.
It makes no sense. You have the World Health Organization, but people still unhealthy. I don't get it. You have all these organizations, World Bank, but why people still going home because they don't have enough money for food? Things just don't make sense. Politics makes no sense, because people make no sense.
So
Why
somebody
they still got that in the book?
Have been fought to before.
Have we ever fought who?
China.
It's been instances, yes?
Huh?
Yes. They've also been our allies.
So we got into a fight again today. Who won?
China.
It's hard to say.
China, because they got so many
I don't
nuclear
even
weapons.
want to think that into my head, because if we go through another world war, it's not going to be a world. It's going to be over.
US gonna be over.
There'll be no human civilization, because we all fight now with nuclear weapons and bombs, and so it's not gonna be like old school war. It's not gonna be old school. It's gonna be like, y'all ready to do this? But
I don't know about y'all, but I'm gonna survive.
all right, so good. Do we have it now? I think we got
She
it.
gonna show you.
All right, next slide. Good job, y'all. Good job. All right, so get down these. Go ahead and go all the way to the bottom. These are, we're not going over these. These are terms that you need to go study.
Trafficking, ain't trafficking like, you know what you doing, like drug trafficking, human trafficking?
Yep, all of it.
All the different.
Either one. Either one.
Just write them down.
Yeah, just write them down. You're gonna be responsible for these. So you gotta study these on your study guide or in your book. I forgot one country in the inquiry too. What's the third country? Japan. Very good, Japan. And the reason why Japan is in is because they're so close to the other brother who was outcast, which is China. And so they keep an eye on them. They keep an eye on China for them.
What's my name? Cool brother from China.
Not cool, but they don't like them.
So like civil rival.
Civil rivalry, yep. I'm not gonna say they don't like each other, it's just, it's a rivalry.
Structural.
That's a strong word to be honest.
N word?
Neo.
what?
Oh, Leo.
Neoliberalism.
You don't know what I'm from. Is it malaria? You driving?
Yep. All right, guys, let's get this last few things down. And those are in your books as well, next slide.
Oh,
Whoa.
I was on the last one.
All right, you do not write the definition down, just write the words down, y'all, because we run out of time.
No, just write down export prostitution.
Correct. And do one more. Go one more.
Ever find the definition down?
Yeah, they're in your book.
I gotta write it.
Yeah, write the word, don't write the definition. All right, very quickly, export processing zone, you'll see what that is in a second. That's called a maquiladora. These right here, areas and countries designated to attract foreign business with low taxes and low environmental laws, like Nike in Vietnam. Vietnamese say Nike, you can come on because we have low wages and we have low environmental laws. So see that river right there behind your factory, you can dump stuff there, you gotta worry about paying for nothing. Nike goes to Vietnam. Next slide, see what I'm talking about. These are called maquiladoras. Don't write it down. These are legal sweatshops.
Ain't that like how China look? China has like something like this.
So, all right, legal sweatshops, okay?
Illegal.
All right. Go ahead and write that down. Go ahead and write that down.
What's the definition of
Go
the
ahead,
word?
go write that down.
Mr. Goodman, the whole thing?
Just the term,
Alright.
just the term,
Just so this word.
just the word.
M-A-Q-R-I-L.
Oh, don't her name in that word.
Shut up.
We'll be the one to point that out.
All right, now, notice that these are in what country, guys? Mexico, but they're primarily owned by who?
China.
Foreign. Next slide. All right, these are some examples. All right, next slide. So as you can see, now next slide, watch this. This is what they make
$3 and 40, I'll quit my job.
per day,
Oh, baby, no.
per day, compared to what we make, $5.15 per hour.
I don't make that.
What make everything? We make
I don't
$8.25.
make that.
All right, I make more than that, but you see what they make, okay? Next slide. These are where they're located. Most of them are located in Mexico, okay? All right,
How you pronounce that?
maquiladora.
No, the chicken
Which one?
right there under Mexico.
Mexico.
I don't know.
No,
Chihuahua.
they say
Chihuahua.
Chihuahua.
That's just Chihuahua.
Next slide, next slide. All right, so look at the companies, guys.
Joy gotta be on there.
Yeah, what's Jordan?
BMW.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, holy smokes back there.
Why they make Hondas?
Oh, wait, our paper company over there?
Tiffany,
Our paper company over there?
JVC, or Fish.
All of y'all who got the Galaxies, who got the Android,
I don't got no Android.
somebody made your phone for 10 cents.
Yes, that's
You paid $600. Made your phone for 10 cents.
So you went to that country and got it cheaper. You mean to tell me that?
What is an Android?
PlayStation,
What is an Android?
I'm good, I'm good. Yeah,
So the laptop for you only made there.
most of the stuff you made, kids made.
So she was like
So
the
watch this. Also think about this.
Now listen.
Think about this. In Mexico, remember we did our suit activity? Remember we did our suit activity, Kiara? And remember how each thing came from a different spot?
Yeah.
Do they have to pay a lot to get the stuff from Mexico to the United States?
No.
No. In some cases, they don't pay at all. Okay? In some cases, they don't pay at all. So just think about that next time you go by Ford, next time you play your PlayStation,
We'll go to Mexico
or
and
you're
get
doing all these other things.
I got a question.
Yes.
So you know, like when stuff we be saying made in China, like who go buy it and bring it here? Who buy it?
Stuff made in China, they ship it, they get it from China. They get it directly from China.
Who buy it? That's what I'm saying.
Who buys it what?
Who buy it from America?
Who buys it what?
Who buy that from China?
They're not the government. The government gets the money. Or countries too. Countries will, like for instance, Chrysler may say, all right, we need a part from China. Chinese people, Chinese government or not government, a Chinese company. Yo, can y'all make this for us? Yeah, they could. And then the company is sending it over too.
And they just kind of like
That's
It's
what
yours. Yes.
So like, you know how like on Amazon, like when you're trying to order something,